everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. This is Liz Schode, registered dietitian and director of clinical nutrition here at Jackson Purchase Medical Center. And we're doing another Learning with Liz lesson today. And today I was just trying to think of something a little bit different topic for us to talk about. And so we're going to talk a little bit about sugar substitutes, because many people use different types of sugar substitutes. They're in different kinds of foods. We put them in tea and coffee, different things like that. And some people think that sugar substitutes are not very healthy for us. So I just thought I would kind of talk about what they are, what's in different kinds, and talk about the safety of those. Because like I said, a lot of people have questions about sugar substitutes and wonder if they're good for you or if they're not good for you. So kind of the definition is that an artificial sweetener or other sugar substitutes are found in different types of foods. They are marketed as sugar-free or diet. They are sweeteners that we will use in place of regular table sugar. Artificial sweeteners is just one type of sugar substitute that's out there. There's several different kinds. But these sugar substitutes have to go through rigorous types of research through the FDA before they're ever even approved to be used in the United States. So it's not just as somebody decides, oh, let's just put this out on the market. No, it has to go through rigorous type of research, and there's scientific studies that are done on these sugar substitutes to make sure that they're safe for us to eat and for us to use in different types of foods. So as I said, artificial sweeteners are a synthetic sugar substitute. They're derived through different types of chemicals, also naturally occurring substances such as herbs or even sugar itself. And they're really sweet. And in a few minutes I'm going to talk about the different ones that are out there and how sweet or how sweeter they are than sugar. And sometimes it's important to know that of how much, so you know how much to use in different kinds of foods and stuff. So as I said, there's used in many different types of processed foods. It's used in soft drinks, powdered drinks. It can be used in baked goods and candies, puddings, canned foods, jams, jellies, even some dairy products. They don't cause any kind of tooth decay, so that's excellent, and they don't cause any type of cavities because there's no sugar in them. They're used for weight control, a kind of like, here's a packet of a teaspoon of sugar, and this contains 16 calories. If there are 10 teaspoons of this in a soft drink, there's 160 calories. But if we use a sugar substitute, then there's not any in those. So that is the whole purpose of using those things, to help us with weight loss. Also, people who have diabetes, they can't have all of those foods that contain large amounts of sugar. So using a sugar substitute is very important for them to use. A lot of critics in the past and even now these days say, oh, it's not good for you, it can cause cancer. Well, that actually kind of goes back to like the 1970s when there were studies saying that maybe saccharin could cause cancer in laboratory animals. Well, many more studies were done, and it does not cause that. So that actually has been taken off of what was on the packages. They have been regulated by FDA, and they have been approved as being a safe food additive for our bodies. So let's talk about some of the different ones that are out there. The first one we're going to talk about is aspartame. It's usually you find it in the blue packet. One of the brand names is Equal. Aspartame, it's about 200 times sweeter than sugar. It's made from a combination of 2 amino acids, aspartic acid and phenylalanine. It's used in different like soft drinks. It's used in different desserts. People again use it in like coffee and tea and things such as that. It's probably one of the most researched sugar substitutes that are out there. Now there are some people who cannot use it. If someone has a disease called PKU, their body cannot digest that phenylalanine, so they cannot use that. Also, there are some people who have migraine headaches, and oftentimes this sugar substitute can aggravate that migraine headache, so you might want to be a little bit careful with that. But it is a very safe sugar substitute for us to use. One that you're not I wouldn't say a lot of people use this brand name, but it's called Acesulfame K, or ACE K is kind of the abbreviation of that. It's in one called Sweet One in Sunnet. It, again, is 200 times sweeter than sugar. Oftentimes this is added to, say, sugar-free chewing gums. It may be added to some sugar-free candies because it may even be in baked goods because it doesn't lose its sweetness when it's cooked at a high temperature. So, but like I said, it's not one that somebody might pick up and say, I'm going to use this, in my coffee or in my tea. Saccharin is probably the oldest one that's been around. It's in the pinky packet. Sweet and Low, Sweet Twin. Like I said, it's probably the oldest one around. Actually, I was reading an article and it said it was discovered in 1879, so very, very long time ago. It's 200 to 700 times sweeter than sugar, depending on how it's used. It is used in many things with different processed foods, drinks, sugar-free candies, gums, canned fruit, baked goods. It's used as a tabletop sweetener. Like I said, it's probably the most popular one that most of us will probably use. And again, yes, it is safe. It was probably, like I said, back in the 70s, it was the one that they thought, oh, it causes cancer. But all of the new research with it says it does not do that. Stevia is kind of new on the market in the United States. It's been around for quite some time, especially like in Germany, in some of the European countries. Stevia is actually made from a plant. The plant is called, see if I can say it correctly, Stevia rebaudiana. That's, like I said, it's a hard word to say. It comes from South America. And it's a very, very high sweet type of tasting substitute. What they actually use from the stevia leaves is called steviol glycosides. It's 200 to 400 times sweeter than sugar is. And this is one, like I said, it's new. It's starting to be used in a lot of different products, used tabletops. It can be used in soft drinks, sugar-free chewing gum, desserts, things such as that. So, like I said, it's kind of new on the market. Well, new compared to all the rest of them, let's put it that way. It's probably been out on the market for about 10 years. But a lot of people are using the stevia because they say it's natural, it comes from a plant. Well, all of them are all safe for us to have. Splenda is in the yellow packet, and Splenda is about 600 times sweeter than sugar. Splenda is actually made from sugar. It's derived from that. So it's used in many, many, many different products. It's used in a lot of your diet drinks. It's used in sugar-free candies, baked goods again, canned fruits. It's even in some medicines, vitamins, things such as that. Again, it doesn't lose its sweetness when it's baked at high temperatures, so it is really, really good to use in baked goods. It's probably what I always recommend to a lot of my patients if they want to use Splenda with baking is maybe do half Splenda and half sugar, and they may be a lot more satisfied with that product. But a lot of people do use that. And again, many studies have studied it, and it is again also safe for us to have. So there's probably many other little sweeteners that are out there on the market. These are the ones that have actually been approved by FDA. There's also things known as sugar alcohols. There's actually no alcohol in it, but those are used as sweeteners. Probably mannitol, sorbitol, xylitol are probably the three most common ones that a lot of us might read on a label. It actually does contain a little bit of carbohydrate in that, so we do get a few amount of calories, but not very many. The one thing I always caution people like chewing a lot of sugar-free chewing gum, don't sit down and chew 5 pieces of sugar-free chewing gum right in a row because you might get some diarrhea from it because it actually can cause that. So those sugar alcohols can do that. But they're in a lot of, say, sugar-free candies and sugar-free gums and things such as that. So they are, again, very safe for us to use. So just if somebody's allergic to any of the products that might be in some of these things would be anybody who I would give caution about using a sugar substitute. But it is safe. It's not going to cause cancer. It's not going to cause you to grow 2 heads or anything like that. So I just wanted to kind of, educate you guys a little bit about those today because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, I can't use that. I don't need that because that's not bad. That's not good for you. Well, actually, they are good for you to use. So Anyway, if anybody has any kind of topics that we'd like to discuss, leave us a little note on our Facebook site, and I hope everybody has a great day.